Okay, so here is a review for Stephen King's The Long Walk. This is one of the books that he wrote under the name Richard Bachman. This was published in 1979, the same year as The Dead Zone. I happen to think that The Dead Zone is one of Stephen King's best books. I happen to think that The Long Walk is one of his worst. Now, that is contrary to everybody else that I've seen that's reviewed this. Everybody seems to think that this is one of Stephen King's best books, and I simply do not understand. This is a short story concept that has been padded out to 300 pages. It's not that the book is bad, it's that the book is boring, okay? Because it's too long. This should have been a novella. I don't think that the concept of this book will last more than, 100 pages. It's just 311 pages is too long for the concept. So what's the concept? I'll just read the back cover, okay? So against the wishes of his mother, 16-year-old Ray Garrity is about to compete in the annual grueling match of stamina and wits known as the Long Walk. 100 boys, they're all teenage boys. They must keep a steady pace of 4 miles per hour without ever stopping, with the winner being awarded the prize. And what the prize is, it's whatever you want. If you happen to win as the last boy standing, okay? You get what you want. Anything you want for the rest of your life. But as a part of this national tournament that sweeps through a dystopian America year after year, there's some harsh rules that Garrity and 99 others must adhere to in order to beat out the rest. There is no finish line. The last boy standing wins. Contestants cannot receive any outside aid whatsoever. Slow down under the speed limit, you're given a warning. 3 warnings, and you're out of the game permanently. So there's a half track full of National Guardsmen or military personnel that rides alongside these boys, make sure they keep pace. They get 3 warnings, and if they don't adhere, they stop, whatever, including to, pee or defecate, they're shot. So, they get shot, they're dead. Last boy standing wins. That's pretty much it. There is a mysterious character known as the Major, who's kind of like, I don't know if America has fallen through a military coup or whatever. I'm kind of interested, like, how did this game come about? Who's running the country? What kind of America is this? You're never going to learn any of that. It's never talked about. It's simply, this is it. The story would have made for like a good episode of The Twilight Zone, but it's padded. It's way padded. It's a concept that just, the boys walk, boy gets shot, rinse and repeat 99 times. Each chapter has a little epigraph at the beginning, and it's, let's see, here's one. Very good, Northwestern. Now here's your 10-point toss-up question. Alan Ludden from College Bowl. So they're all little blurbs from game shows. Do you know why they call me the Count? Because I love to count. The Count from Sesame Street. So you get these little, they're all different. They got one in there from Vince Lombardi. Joni Greenblum, come on down. Johnny Olson from The Price is Right. So there's a reference in the book, and I think this is inspired by a Ray Bradbury story, at least in part, because on page 149, Garrity's thinking to himself. He says he walked on now, concentrating only on putting one foot out in front of the other. Once in the 8th grade, he had read a story by a man named Ray Bradbury, and this story was about the crowds that gather at the scenes of fatal accidents, about how these crowds always have the same faces, and about how they seem to know whether the wounded will live or die. I'm going to live a little longer, Garrity told them. I'm going to live a little longer. So The story name that he's referring to by Ray Bradbury is called The Crowd. I reviewed it. It's in the October Country. And when Stephen King does this and he makes references to Ray Bradbury, every time he does this, because this isn't the first time, I think to myself, I'd rather be reading Ray Bradbury. So, yeah, that short story, The Crowd, is like an 11-page story. And this is like a short story concept. So I'm hoping, because I only have one Stephen King book left from the 1970s, which is a collection of Stephen King short stories. So hopefully his short story work is better than his novels. Because thus far, I've only liked Salem's Lot and The Dead Zone, which I think are both excellent, but they're not like 5 stars. They're 4-star books in my opinion. So hopefully this is good. This to me is a 2-star book. And I have lost all faith in anybody that's a Stephen King fan that reviews Stephen King, because everything Stephen King does is amazing to these people that are Stephen King fanboys. Yes, Stephen King could crap in a box and put his name on it, and they would think it was amazing. I'm being a little hyperbolic there, but that's how I feel. So you Stephen King reviewers have let me down. I was really looking forward to reading this because I heard it was one of his best. And for me, 2 stars, boring. I'd rather be reading Ray Bradbury. All right. I'll try to be positive next time. I'll have a movie review for a movie that I love because I'm tired of being negative. I'm going to move on to, I don't know what. I'll either, no promises. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I know I'm going to. I'm going to have a wonderful day because it's Friday for me, and I don't have to work this weekend.